Hello, my name is Birch the Bear. This episode of Oblivion Guide 2 is brought to you by Hamster Jail, keeping all those naughty hamsters at bay.
Okay, so this is my Oblivion video too, for the guide. Well, actually, my first video it just shows me going over landscapes in the game while playing music. So that I didn't really talk about the game at all. But in this one, I'm just going to be saying what version I have because I have the Game of the Year edition, Game of the Year Deluxe edition off Steam that comes with 8 extra add-ons, and I'm just going to be talking with my friend John Callahan about the game and such. I'm gonna save Knights of the Nine and Shivering Isles, which are the two add-ons that most people are familiar with, but they're also the biggest. I'll save those for other separate videos. Um, First one I'll start off with is spell tomes. Spell tomes are really simple. They're just these books that will teach you spells once you find them, and they're in random loots in dungeons and in chests and off monsters and such. And they're really cool because they allow the player to learn spells without having to go back to the Mages Guild and talk to people. So they're really good for players that don't like to roleplay and don't like to go through big dialogue options through the whole game and just wanna play the game as a mage, but not have to do any boring sections or sections they feel are boring. What do you think, John?
I about the tomes, I feel that's really great that they added that in because it really adds to if you're a mage character, it really adds to the excitement of the game because you learn new spells that you don't really have to go and make yourself, and they're still high level, so you can kill things easily with them.
Yeah, but these spell tomes, I mean, they're not going to be as good as making the spells yourself, but they did add one new spell called Summon Bear. And the bear isn't the most, it's not the weakest, and it's not the most strongest character. It's more of a mid to lower level creature, but it's new, so I might as well just add that in there. Next one I want to talk about is horse armor. Now, I feel this one's fairly useless, but I think it looks really cool. Because if you're far enough in the Dark Brotherhood questline, you're going to have Shadowmere anyway, so there's no point in even bother getting this horse armor if you have Shadowmere, because Shadowmere can't die. She'll just go unconscious and then get back up again. What do you think, John?
Well, I feel that the horse armor was really nice and it looked very nice because it's more medieval and it kind of gives you a feel that you're actually in the medieval times. But as you said, it is very useless. I mean, if you do get Shadow Mirror, that's all you really need from a horse.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. But it looks cool, so I put it on anyway. Next one is my favorite. It's called the Orrery, and if you know what Orrery is, it's this special type of device that will show the alignments of planets and their rotation around each other. And they have a giant one in the Arcane University. And once you have to go to all these bandit camps, kill a bunch of bandits, grab these repair parts, bring them back to the Arcane University, and you wait a day and it's repaired. And it's really cool because depending on the phase of the moon, it will give you a new buff each time you visit it, depending on the phase of the moon. So I think it's really cool. Um, John, do you have anything you want to add to that?
I'm not too fond of the Ori as the first time I've actually heard about that one, but I think it's a really cool idea that you can get a different buff by the time of day it is or the alignment of the moon. That seems like a cool idea.
The next one is Mehrunes Razor, and to be honest, I don't really know that much about this one. I've never actually done the quest myself. I know it's a 9 level dungeon, and the whole quest itself is to get this dagger from this dungeon. It's supposed to have new weapons, new armor, new items in this dungeon, but I don't really know that much about it besides that. We'll get more in depth into this one as time goes on. I don't know, John. Do you know anything about this add-on that I don't know?
I heard about it when I was doing a little research on all of the mods, and I heard that it was a really good weapon, but if you make your own weapons, it wasn't really worth getting, so I'm not really too sure about it.
Yeah, and the thing with Oblivion, the loot will level up as your character levels up. So I'm not sure if it's the same with this item or not. Probably, but we'll get more into that later on. The last four are just houses, which Which they're really cool houses. They have all these houses are specifically tailored for type of character. You have the Wizard's Tower for obviously magic user, the Thieves' Den for stealth type characters. You have the Fighter's Stronghold for obviously melee fighting type characters, and you have the Vile Lair for evil characters with high infamy. These houses will actually help you in combat. The fighter's stronghold, you can hire a Vinter to create special wines to enhance your fighting abilities in melee combat. You can hire a combat trainer to spar with that will increase your skills. You can also purchase an ancient Dwemer forge that buffs your armor skill. And the higher your armor skill is, if you have at least an expert in armory, you can repair items past 100% durability, which will improve their effectiveness in combat. You can get a Knight of the True Horn to battle, but by your side. You can get a secret treasure vault that is useless because it's just a bunch of chests, but you can put all your items in one chest, so it just makes things more confusing. You can also hire a taxidermist to craft trophies of yourself. Trophies, not of yourself, but for your Great Hall. But that doesn't really help your combat, but it's cool. The next house I want to talk about, and my favorite, is the Wizard's Tower, which comes with a botanical garden with over 130 plants, including plants found in the Plains of Oblivion. This is really good for players that have already beaten the game and closed the Oblivion gates, so they're not able to get these plants, but if you have this add-on, you can get them even if you've beaten the game. They come with these notches, which look like elementals in WoW, and so that's what I'm going to call them because it's a lot easier to pronounce, and that's what they look like. And they follow you around and fight by your side. You also get a fully functioning enchanting and spellmaking altars, and these are the main reasons to join the Mages Guild. These are extremely useful, and I always recommend that if you start in a new game, you should do the Mages Guild quest line so you can get in the Arcane University, at least up to the point where you can get into the Arcane University so you can enchant your gear. You also get a laboratory that buffs your alchemy skill, a new repair and recharge vendor, teleportation pads to teleport you to every mage in a mage guild in Cyrodiil. The Vile Lair, which is for evil characters. Um, this house would go to some 12-year-old playing the 360 version that's used to playing Halo, so he just goes around killing people that, just randomly, and he gains enough infamy for this house to give them a good buff. Because the higher your infamy is, the bigger buff you can get from the Shrine of Sithis, and the Shrine of Sithis will also purge yourself of any afflictions and diseases. Now, this is extremely similar. Actually, it's the exact same thing. Actually, it's the exact same as the chapels around Cyrodiil, except it doesn't give a buff. But the chapels around Cyrodiil will banish your afflictions and diseases. So this makes infamy and fame completely pointless and completely useless. The only time that they make a distinction between the two is in this quest called Knights of the Nine, which is one of the big add-ons that I'll get into in another video, where you need your fame higher than your infamy to do this quest. You also get a dark minion that will give you gold, that will kill for you and find gold from the people they kill and bring it back to you. You also get a cattle cell for your, which is just where NPCs will sleep for 24 hours and you can dine on them whenever you want. You also get a Garden of Venom Growth, where it's extremely good for archer type players. Between the Wizard's Tower and the Vile Lair, you can get any type of herb that you can think of. So, as far as I know. You also get a Font of Renewal, which will cure your vampirism, because before this you would have to do an extremely long quest called Cure for Vampirism, and it's a pain in the ass because I know I have actually done it, and if you get vampirism again after doing this quest, you cannot cure it. So this way you can cure it whenever you want. The last add-on that I'm going to be talking about is the Thieves' Den, which is this ship in Dunbarrow Cove underground, and you get the ship by killing all these pirate ghosts these undead pirates that are skeletons, and then you're given the house. It comes with vendors that you can sell your hot items to, your stolen items. As you upgrade your house, new pirates will join your crew and provide you with income. There's over 45 new items, and I'll talk about them later. 15 new spells and a training chest for you to train your security on to level it up quickly. That's all, and next video will be about combat, so stay tuned. Thank you. Bye.